Good morning. See that some are coming in at the moment. I'd like to welcome everybody to Icefish Farm second quarter 2023 results. My name is Guðmundur Gíslason, I'm CEO. With me today is Róbert Róbertsson, our CFO. And we go through Q2 highlights. Harvest will start in Q3 as planned. Generation 22 is 5.4 million fish at sea, and the biggest fish is around 4 kilo end of June. Currently, this group is reaching over 5 kilos. Generation 23, we planned release of 5.4 million smolt, and the survival rate is better than ever so far. We'll go in more detail on that on the slides. Operational EBIT of -23 as expected, and subsequent offering was successfully sold out. And you can see on the right side, we have a picture of the feeding center, top of the line tech, and they are really busy feeding now, breaking records every day about feeding amount.
Morning. Here we have an overview of the Q2 results. As expected, there was no harvest in the first and second quarter of this year. Following the ISA incident last year, we've been building up biomass and enhancing our biosecurity. However, this is the last quarter with no harvest as we resume harvesting in the second quarter. And as expected, operational EBIT was negative, mainly due to the fact that we are not harvesting any salmon in our harvesting facilities. However, most of the revenues come from the harvesting station, external sales of services in our harvesting station. So all in all, the quarter is going as expected or went as expected, planned. Regarding our balance sheet, we have a strong balance sheet with an equity ratio of roughly 70% at the end of the quarter. This is increased from 62% equity ratio at the beginning of the year. This is a direct result of the refinancing, private placement, and subsequent offering. On the asset side, main changes there have to do with the biomass build-up. Biological assets ended at around 810 million NOK at the end of the quarter. We've been focusing on our biomass build-up, and that has been going well. The total value increase in biological assets amounts to around 470 million NOK from the beginning of the year, and the increase in the second quarter was around 270 million NOK. Furthermore, we did some investments in fixed assets, CapEx, during the quarter. The investment amounted to 44.5 million NOK, bringing the total investment in the first and second quarter to roughly 84 million NOK. The budget anticipates an investment of around 200 million NOK for the whole year 2023, and that is mainly focused toward improving our land stations, and Guðmundur will go into that in more detail later on. Net interest-bearing debt has also been decreasing as a result of the private placement and subsequent offering and refinancing, and the net interest-bearing debt amounted to 911 million at the end of the quarter. So total decrease from the beginning of the year of roughly 220 million NOK. So main story here is that the biological or biomass build-up is going well, and we are seeing effects from the private placement and subsequent offering. And to go a little bit further into the refinancing and subsequent offering, the initial drawdown on the new syndicate loan facility was done in the second quarter, mainly used towards settling existing term loans, CapEx loans, as well as to help with the biomass build-up. The total bank facility of the syndicate loan is 156 million euros, roughly. And at the end of the quarter, the net loans from the bank syndicate was around 72 million euros. The subsequent offering, we performed successfully a subsequent offering during the quarter. The subsequent offering was to ensure that shareholders that did not participate in the first private placement during the year would have a chance to subscribe for new shares at the same subscription price as was in the first equity increase. So total equity increase from the subsequent offering was around 50 million NOK. So following a operational reset where we have been focused on building up biomass and improving our biosecurity, as well as fully financing the company through 2025 with the private placement, subsequent offering and refinancing. We feel that we are in a great position too, and are confident that we will reach our operational goals.
Yes, and then we go into operational performance on land. Small transfer is done during summer, and we have improved this year, especially from north, where we have like the second year running, and we see excellent results from north, and then the south we have bigger fish and it's a bigger challenge, but the rates or the survival is better and the fish is eating well. We have an estimate of reach around 5.4 million, as we earlier indicated, around 300 gram average size. We are vaccinating for ISA, that's going as planned. We'll have it partly for this year, the output this year, and then 100% next year. And then we've been working on a new improved vaccine for our fish, and it looks positive that we can start in Q3, that's coming in September. And then the fish will have a better protection from the environment on the east coast of Iceland. We have taken water samples and looked at strains in the water, and the current vaccine is lacking some of them, and we see that with a new vaccine we can have a better protection going forward. So this is a huge improvement, and our fish health manager has been working hard on this, and we are happy about that, and that could improve the conditions for the fish going forward. Land production at the land have been developing fast through the years, and now we are rebuilding a land south that was built on older houses and facilities, and we have done, like I mentioned earlier, third-party audits and been doing a lot of tests and thoughts how we can build new facilities there. And the result is we are building now, and it's in the last stages, the safe house in Baki, and we installed a new vaccination machine in the quarter. This is speeding up the vaccination and making sure that every fish get the vaccination. Then we are starting to build a new start feeding house in Fiskalón. This will be pretty similar to the house we have in north. It's shown excellent result from cabinets to receive the eggs, and then the house for start feeding, where the fish starts its life at eating and thriving going forward. And with that we will hopefully see same as improvement as we had in north, that the higher survival rate and bigger fish and fitter fish for going onwards. And then we are also building a freshwater site at Laxabraut, where we have our post-smolt tanks, and to do the smoltification and later on vaccination. So this will improve capacity and keep growth good. We can see that we can increase growth on land. Land north, where we have even more houses to build. A new house in Rivos that is going to be like a middle step from start feeding to the vaccination and smoltification to secure biosecurity. So each group has its place, and there's no touching the next generation ahead of it or behind it. So pretty much the same as we're doing in sea, to have each generation separated from each other. And then we are building more tanks in Kópasker. We're currently drilling for increased water, and that looks good. And then we can have greater capacity, as we are only putting out this June until September. So the window is quite limited, so we need to build up biomass on land, and with the water access we have, we see that that's possible, and now we're building more tanks. And smooth operations from tank to wellboat to transfer it to sea is looking really good, especially at the north. And at sea, biomass has been on good roll, and 6.8 million fish in the sea with 8,200 tons end of the quarter. Biggest groups have reached over 4 kilo, as I mentioned, and that's only in 13 months, and that's due to our big smolt program that we received from land. That this fish was in sea in June last year, and end of June this year it was 4 kilos. So we are really proud of that, and make this possible to start harvest now in the quarter. We have improved survival rate on the first half, but we want to improve even further. The main issues have been paracapsulosis and Moritella, and we are improving that with new vaccines and smolt facilities and improved operations. All these items are on top of our list, and improving the conditions for the fish to grow well. Then outlook for farming. Second half is the best growth season in Iceland. Currently we are seeing that this eating well and looking good, breaking records each day on feeding amount. So we are really positive on this period, and we see also challenges. There are it's like a jellyfish season, middle of August until end of September, and then currents can be slow after easy summer months, and then storms can start to come up in October and during the winter. So we are learning and developing skills on this continuously. Improved the cages and nets last year, and they showed good results in the first half of this year. And but on this we have outlook of expect to produce around 17,000 tons live weight this year, and this is 1,000 tons less than forecast. And harvest for the quarter is estimated at around 300 tons. And looking into harvest 300 tons is not much in the quarter, but we are starting up slower. We, as Robert said, we are quite well financed and can build up biomass, and so we are letting the fish grow. And Búlandstindur is also being updated. We are improving biosecurity there and level of security for increased capacity. So we have built up a new box factory at Djúpivogur. So we're not moving the boxes all the way from Reykjavik. So the boxes will be cleaner, and now we have an automated system that is bringing the boxes to the factory floor, to the grater. So it's completely clean and nice going when the fresh fish is being popped in and nice and the box is closed. And then we're also securing that the fish is really cold, and the blood water tanks have been installed with sub-chilling, and that will mean that fish is chilled earlier. And then we have a sub-chiller that we installed in 2017 that's really kept the fish fresh to our customers, as we are shipping the fish with boat to USA and Europe, and that's up to 7-8 days. So we need to have a really good shelf life, and that's like top priority in harvesting now is get the really good shelf life and have the fish ready for the journey and all the way into the happy customer. Sales, we have contracted sales for Q3 until Q1 2024, about 30% of the volume at premium prices. We aim to reach at least 50% of total harvest contracted, and we are pleased that our customers have been patient with us. We managed to keep all contracts that we did over the last year, and so we have a good relations and starting to sell again as early as we harvest. And logistics to USA are favorable, and as you can see on the right side, Iceland is beautiful. There are a lot of tourists coming, and the planes are going back and forth, and so we have quite good space to transport the fish all over the world. And then we are preparing for ASC certification. We have had certifications in the company since start, and so we are used to certifications, and ASC is one of them that we feel that we can implement, and this is a really important part of our DNA, is to be a responsible farmer and be able to certify that with certifications from third party, and our customers really like that. And then to summarize what we've been going through, that global market for salmon is good, as we know, and we feel it's also especially good for premium salmon, and contracts up to 50%. We're optimistic on that. We keep our harvest outlook of 6,000 and 20,000 for 23 and 24, and smolt output 5.4 million as we indicated earlier, and then 7 million for 24. Finance and business development fully financed out 25. And growth, we are mainly focusing on improving quality and performance of other operations. And then we are waiting for a license for Seyðisfjörður that is pending in late this year or early next year. Investments 223 and 210 and 24, and this program is with the goal of reaching a stable capacity around 30,000 tons. And then the sustainability and responsible farming, we are continuously improving there, and also have certifications in place, and also a goal to reach in 24. So if you have some questions, please fire away. Thank you for listening. We have a chat there and also possibility to speak out.